Scott Groves with another mortgage mystery. Should I pay off my loan early? And can I pay off my loan early? These are two really good questions that are just opposite sides of the same coin. The first question is, can I pay my loan off early? And the answer is absolutely unequivocally yes. There is no penalty whatsoever to paying an extra $100 a month towards your mortgage, which will immediately go towards the principal. There's no penalty for paying $100,000 extra towards your mortgage. There's no penalty for paying $100,000 extra towards your mortgage, which will go to the principal. And if you were to win the lotto, come into cash, or sell the home, you can pay off the entire mortgage with no penalty whatsoever. Now, that's the can you do it question. Absolutely. The bigger question is, should I do it? And there's two competing schools of thought here. And we'll call it the Dave Ramsey school of thought versus the rich dad, poor dad school of thought. And so when you're thinking about, should I pay off my mortgage? Let's say for whatever reason, you came into some windfall money, you owe a mortgage on your house of $300,000, and you now have $300,000 in cash that you could pay off the mortgage. Well, the Dave Ramsey school of thought is all about total money makeover, being completely debt-free, and living like nobody else today so that later you can live like nobody else, right? And so Dave Ramsey would say, absolutely, if you have the cash, if you have some emergency reserves, and you're able to pay off that mortgage so you never pay another penny in interest again, you should absolutely do that. Now, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki method would say something to the effect of, hey, you've got this mortgage for $300,000, but it's already kind of a good debt because it's $300,000 that's secured against a house that's maybe hypothetically worth $500,000. So there's some equity there, and you're carrying debt against an asset that has intrinsic value. And by the way, with as low as interest rates have been over the last decade, you might have a very, very low interest rate on your mortgage. In addition to that, you're getting a tax write-off for having that mortgage, because if it's your primary residence and you're writing off your interest on your federal tax returns, maybe if your interest rate, for example, is 3%, after you consider the tax savings, maybe your effective interest rate, after you get some money back from the federal government because you can write off this interest on your taxes, maybe your effective interest rate is 2.25%. So what the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad would say is like, yeah, it's kind of a bummer to have debt, but if it's good debt against an asset at a low interest rate, what could you take that $300,000 and do? Could you invest it in the market? Could you buy another rental property? Could you start a business for yourself? Could you pay off other debt or fund the kids' college fund or fund your retirement savings? So this is really, when you ask the question, should I pay off my mortgage? This is really more of a question for you, your family, your saving and debt style, what makes you comfortable financially, and probably a conversation you should have with a financial planner or an estate planner. And if you need a recommendation to anybody anywhere in the country who does financial planning and estate planning, we have a couple world-class people, one in Texas, one in Chicago, one in California. They can do financial planning, estate planning, and investments nationwide. So if you want to have that conversation, or if you're contemplating paying down your mortgage or maybe paying off your mortgage, then you should get in touch with us, shoot us an email, schedule some time on Calendly below, leave a comment here, give me a call. All my contact information is here. We can kind of talk through the pros and cons of paying off your mortgage. And then if you need an introduction to a financial planner, we've got 3 or 4 great people nationwide who've got you covered. Scott Groves, Mortgage Mysteries. If you have any questions about getting pre-approved, purchasing a home, get in touch with us. We'll help you out.